Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the blue Japanese, we have QH. Spawn on top left side as the red Mexicans, we have no GGs for Opri players. I think that's referring to Russians, Opshiniks, or however you pronounce that, I'm guessing? Can't really say exactly for sure. Looking up some of the early violin worth a 40 coin. You would imagine it would be worth wood since the violin, but I suppose these people have more culture than I, rather than just seeing wooden objects should be worth wood. Local doggo goes down, who losing his asparagus. He was eating that, buddy. Either way, let's take a look at what natives on the map. We got the House of Yagalon, which does give them access to Lipkar Tartars and Shock Riders, as well as the House of Habsburg. You get a bunch of funny-faced looking people of the Mount Infantry with strange typing and the Line Infantry. Additionally, let's see, yep, gives you +1 shipment here. If anything works like the other, like, US 2 shipments for the price of 1 shipment, this in theory should not increase the experience cost for the next shipment. So it's a pretty good if you want to get 700 resources for 1 shipment. Probably better than the Moon Festival big button for the Aztecs, which just gave you 2,000 experience. 2,000 experience can be a bit better, but it costs like 1,000 resources, like 1,500, like 500 of each resource. Urso Actors Acros. That must be some sort of scientific name. But this bear is being unbearable, not willing to share his supply of peasant weaponry. Of course, this weaponry is forced with wood, not the violin, because that's not cultural items. Red may have a possibility of stealing the treasure here of coin. Personally, when I think I see a lot of these treasures, since I play Aztecs, I just see the treasure guardians as a source of experience rather than a source of resources. Because I find the shipments experience a bit better, and red is going to steal it. Jalapeno enjoyer. Wait, is that how you spell jalapeno? Is there an L there? I don't know why all capitals just sort of throwing me off. Looks like these names are randomly generated. And the Japanese player is going for the Torii Gates. I haven't talked about the shipments. Archer default, we got infinite wood, villagers, wood coin, shrine wagons, Yumi archer attack, musketeers, diplomatic intrigue, daimyo, charity orchard rickshaws, villagers, Yumi archers, way of the bow, more musketeers, Naginata rider hit points, mounted archers, mounted archer attack, rush, let's see, mounted archers attack increase and they do more damage against artillery. So they get actually a sizable 100% more bonus damage versus artillery. And also increase the damage by 100%, not bad. Flaming arrows, intervention, more musketeers, more mounted archers, flaming arrows, and the shogun. I wonder, way the bow, does that affect the... No, it does not affect the mounted archers. And his opponent is going for the Fox Kala. And we got all nats, so all natives? Not sure how this is going to go. We got the Hacienda Settler Wagons, Land Grab, Villagers, Chipotle Tactics, Wood, Coin, Native Treaties, into Advanced Arsenal, Coin, Cavalry Combat, Calaveros, Guerrilla Warfare, Native Warriors. Native Warriors less expensive. So they have both these cards? Oh no, that's just shipment. Not making stuff cheaper. Liberation March. Chimayo Gonzales. Native warriors train 10% faster and ship 50% faster. You get a large shipment of native warriors from each allied tribe. The land of Hiligo. And simply improve the Padre's healing speed and range, including his abilities. Interesting. Not so sure how fit that is. Factory, and habanero peppers. The Fox Kala, of course, will give access to 2 settlers per hacienda and for new and old haciendas. And the Fox Kala Embassy. Oh, that is a good combo, which you can get access to Selection of either Justwood enables the selection of Justwood and metal making features. Sounds like it's them all. So it gives you the Conquistador, it gives you the Jaguar Warrior big button. Smokes you can get the Justwood research of the Foxcala Justwood research, Flying Buttress, and Foxcala chocolate recipes. I'm pretty sure the big buttons give you Jaguar Prowl Knights. It could be the native variant that was existing before the War Chief. What's it called? The War Chief expansion pack. I was looking sure. Guess what? To wait and find out. We do now have, which you can still see the Aztec natives in the campaign itself. We do have 3 shrines here, and there's a good amount of deer for him to collect for the shrines. He does spot this, so we may want to hunt that down. We do have some insurgents out on the field, as well as musketeers. Insurgents are a cheap, fast pikeman variant. They have less bonus damage, a little bit higher base damage, but no increased range. And they don't move fast and with lower health. And I think the multiple melee resist multiplier is less. Musketeers do have melee resist as well. They do have the same base damage as well as much more health, as well as more resistance. Chipotle Tactics ships 500 food. Destroyed buildings grant you food, including your own. So, it's good for pillaging. The Torii Gates give access to the 1 Samurai, 1 Military Rickshaw, as well as improve the build and train bounties. He is bringing cows. Cows are good doggies. That joke probably doesn't go all too well. There's a samurai supporting out his explorers. What's it called for the Japanese? Are they monks? Are they called explorers? I'm not so sure. Looks like they paused. And no longer pause. We do now have the Musketeers push forward. They do have 2-1 CTMs, slightly higher than regular Musketeers, of a grand total of 5%. I am curious what the Mexicans' playstyle will be. Will he revolt? Because it's pretty common for Mexicans to revolt. We have now Salty Arrows, which are a skirmisher. Does get a good volley there. It's a good number of musketeers, so more salty arrows are going to be very important. It's not going for a round of the mounted infantry, which they are at this. When they're mounted, they are a heavy range cavalry. When they're dismounted, they are light infantry, skirmisher. I think when they're heavy range, they get like ×2 versus infantry or heavy infantry. We do not have the Foxcala textiles, which will give them 2 more settlers there. We do have the natives over here. There's the mounted infantry. They do times. The hand attack is ×3, so they do Lancer low base damage multipliers, and they do have ×2 damage versus infantry when mounted up. It's good volume there. We got the mounted infantry push way forward. They do have 24 damage versus infantry and melee with a twice attack speed as opposed to 28 versus infantry. So it's probably better to go in the melee mode, but the musketeers do also get bonus damage as cavalry, so it's probably not a good idea to go the melee mode. The musketeers are being picked off due to the low deployment of the counter unit. And like I said before, on mounted infantry, if you look closely, they are native warrior, ranged cavalry, hand cavalry, heavy cavalry, gunpowder cavalry, land military, and heavy ranged cavalry. They have that unique typing. They're still classified as heavy cavalry, so anti-heavy cav bonuses will still apply to them, but the light cavalry bonuses will not apply to them. You have another shrine wagon there, and Salty Arrows push way forward. Is going to try to torch out this region. Mounted infantry have really horrendously bad siege attack. Solfieros need to hit the musketeers, not hit the or siege on the shrines. Their siege damage is also incredibly bad. Going to take off. Ooh, there's a good amount of shrines here. Red should either be aggressive in this region. We do not have the Daimyo deployed on the field. Daimyo has Hussar attack, but much higher than Hussar health, as well as quite a bit of range resist as well. And the Solfieros, being a light infantry, they do less damage versus the cavalry. We do have some servants here. They are, of course, a halberdier variant, and he did take quite a bit of damage to the Daimyo, and he's not easily replaceable. And musketeers getting hit. Maybe a good idea for him just to pull out some bowmen or some Naginata riders at the current rate. The more of the mounted infantry now being pulled on out. He's still going for cows. He has 5 cows. He does have some time. It will take quite a bit of time for these shrines to be torched down, so he has time to get reinforcements. We do have around Yumi archers. That's probably the best thing to play on the field. They will do less damage versus the mounted infantry being classified as heavy cav. For the heavy cav, the mounted infantry can go ahead and switch to either just shoot them at range or go to melee mode and get some significant damage on to the Yumi archers. He could try mixing some musketeers along this force, or maybe keep a couple samurai in the back line and push forward if the mounted infantry charges forward. He does have a couple musketeers, nothing too significant. You may want to keep the musketeers on the back line. Yumi archers do have 18 range, which is less than the Saltieros, but they do have higher damage. And now do actually have some conquistadors and actual light infantry. They do have AoE effect to their attack as well, so it makes them pretty effective against groups of infantry with that bit of splash. The Yumi archers should focus down the conquistadors first, since they are classified as light infantry. Which is probably one of the few units I would say would make sense if they're classified as heavy infantry. Not heavy infantry, heavy range cav. Because mounted infantry, when they dismount, become light infantry. Another round musketeers. There's more musketeers that are being shipped on in. Conquistadors do 18 damage with 1 AoE effect. The mounted infantry, of course, do benefit promotions. Technically do 28 damage at range as well. But they do offer higher DPS than the conquistadors. Now it's going to be torching down those shrines. The Japanese player will be pop capped if all 5 of these shrines go down. He has 100 population. That will put him down to 50. We do not have advanced arsenal research, but frontiersmen, log flume, and more cows. There's a limit of 20 cows, so the Sasina will be eventually fully saturated with cows. Yep, he went for the Vox Pilot lines to get out those conquistadors. I think as well, mounted infantry and conquistadors are both classified as natives, which means they take up no population housing. So he has a mix of heavy and light range cavalry. Interesting composition and well-rounded. Both are excellent versus mass groups of infantry, with the mounted infantry doing double damage and the conquistadors getting some AoE effect. They both do quite well versus groups of infantry. Interesting composition, and I like it. And now we've got some soldados being blown out, Mexican musketeers. There are 2 population musketeers. They say they're armed with grenades, but they don't exactly do a lot of bonus damage versus structures for their cost. Yep, if I can click on one, there it is. Siege attack has 18, which is actually, oh, no, that's line infantry. This guy here, 35 siege, which honestly, compared to 20 base damage of musketeers, while he takes up 2 population, basic cost twice the amount. Not exactly that high a siege attack, honestly. It is representative for its cost. Flintlock not being researched, as well as more Saltieros. His opponent's going for more Musketeers, so the Saltieros will be very good. Conquistadors have bad siege damage. Line infantry. There's one also has the worst siege attack. I think these soldados are just needed for a decent siege. Got a wave of enemy archers in the field. The Japanese player has aged up. I wasn't paying attention, but the Golden Pavilion, which gave him 6 archers. And increases attacks range of land units and hand attack. Oh yeah, the configurable bonuses. Right now, I think he has the increased damage. I'm not sure what he's currently set at. He's gone for increased attack range of infantry units. Attacks of ranged units. Got it. That's not range, just attacks themselves. Musketeers getting annihilated in this formation. The enemy archer's backline gets some good damage. And the Mexican player just has a good, well-rounded composition with the relatively rare heavy range infantry. The Japanese player just got hard to counter initially with him pulling out musketeers, and he just pulled out the soldados to hard counter them. So overall, very good game there by the Mexican player. Yeah, I can see it right there. He's running out of berry bushes as well. He's asking some more of the cherry orchards. Torre gates seems to fire. He does have one shipment available. The flaming arrows would probably be good. Barracks is being passed and built there. Consulate. I don't think he has a consulate built. Not going to the consulate may have been a bit of an issue, or he could have brought in some shipments of units to help him supplement his force. Just getting out some of the young guard from the French to get some grenades out in this formation probably wouldn't be half bad. That's a little bit too late for that now, and does lose the structure there. And thanks to Polklay tactics, he will have additional food upon destruction of buildings. Yep, and I think the Japanese player is just going to be a bit stubborn up back in the game. I'm going to fast forward now. Going for some more musketeers. Excellent player. Could I just revolt in order to get a big wave force? But he's going for the Sansu's Pulse Steam. Not to remove that state off the top of my head. It looks like the line infantry there does go down, puts down more of the stuff. Has 2 machines available, which he can bring in stuff. Even bringing villagers to torch down some structures low. The siege attack's 5, so not good. But those do bonus damage to resource enclosure, so they do bonus damage to shrines. Going straight for age 4, the Bureau. And the Japanese player is still being a bit stubborn, but I think the game is long over. Let's see. San Luis Patriots ships additional Chinkos we've already sent so far this game, and also improves their production speed. And Responde enables your general to construct field hospitals for free, but allows gain increased hit points and may be deployed from field hospitals. You get free barracks. Huh. Not bad. Free forward barracks by deployment general seems pretty good to me. Japanese player is now out of coin right there. Needs to go to this coin deposit. Mexican player is not in the knocks one out of the game, going for some more conquistadors. And going for, of course, an age up. We're going to see a relatively rare, but the Mexican does not revolt whatsoever. I suppose he doesn't. The population effect for revolting won't really be useful for his natives. More veteran line infantry, going for the Niv Warriors shipment. Yep. Japanese player's just collecting a lot of food. I'm not sure what he's doing. That was also getting quite a bit of shipments there, and there we go. Japanese player finally back in the game. This is Anna Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.